This Fireball Yeeter strategy is going crazy in Legends League because the Yeeters didn't actually get a nerf. So let's dive in and see how it works and what you need to do to get those triples. Alright, here we are on the first attack, and guys, this is the army as you saw in the intro. But what you need to do on the Rage Tower bases is, well, get one of the Rage Towers. Obviously that's like the most obvious planning, so in case the Rage Towers are a bit deeper, which we'll get there, don't worry, you don't have to necessarily get the Rage but get the funnel. But in this case, the Rage Tower is literally the first layer of the base, so we're gonna get it, and I did manage to pop it in a way, like the Fireball, to get those heroes also lowered on HP. Now you want to go with the army itself. Of course you want to have the queen with the giant arrow, and of course if you got the giant, I would recommend it instead of the healers. That's a whole another video, but we did discuss it a few. Now I'm gonna jump early. There's two options you can do in this strategy. Either pop the king ability with the earthquake boots and the spiky ball early on, so you get access to the entire base, or pop it later off. But you need to see which one you do, like the jump first, king ability later, or the king ability first, jump later. Now you can see popping the king ability gives us access to the entire base except the town hall and the back end, but don't worry, we got the RC for that area. The Yeeters are gonna be absolutely melting through the super dragon, and they are actually one of the only kind of event troops that can take down a super dragon, so you don't necessarily need either the poison lizard or the royal champion with your army, and you can drop her just like this, kind of separated from the army. And look how crushing this is. Like guys, honestly, Yeeters are so underrated. Most of the time I'm getting defenses from the disarmor now and the cane charge, but the Yeeters, man, I'm getting tripled left and right in Legends. There is no way you can defend them. Once that king earthquake boots open the base, it's done. It's literally over. But let's move on to the second hit. Here we are on another double Rage Tower, but this time it's going to be a box style base. Now obviously one of the things with the warden charges and the fireball is this outside army camps. If you go for friendly army camps, the warden might end up following the cane or the giant. But if you go for example, this armor army camp, well, the warden might get cooked. And let's see if that's the case here. So what I want to do is a quick fireball, but notice this, I did miss the mortar. So our fireball this time is not going to be deeper in the base. It's just simply because of a mistake, we're doing a fireball slightly on the outside. But I'm like, you know what, we got the funnel, it's enough, that is good enough, guys. So don't be greedy with those crazy super deep fireballs. This is not a fireball rocket moon strategy, this is a fireball into smash. Don't forget, the fireball is going to act as a little warden charge which you're using a few spells for. So now we're going with the early jump because I need the king ability on the second spitter to get everything open, and just watch out for your queen from this point on because obviously you need to keep her alive. Now look at that RC drop. I'm popping her with the wizard to help and get that cane out of the cage. Now you can see the king ability, and this is where the base is done. No base is ready to defend the Yeeters from the core when they get into it, because the bases are built for mostly queen accesses. Even though the queen is literally on the outside in every strategy, I still don't know why the bases are mostly being built from that point, from the core. Obviously I understand if certain things are not reachable from the outside, that is fine, but from the core is like, yeah, there's no point. I'd rather just have more layers of the walls instead of having this type of walls, but it is what it is. Look at this crushing attack. We're gonna move on to a poison base, and let's see how we take it down. A double poison diamond style base. Now this one, it's gonna be a bit tougher because you cannot find a very good warden ability. So what I would recommend you on the diamond bases, without even working too hard on your plan, is literally a simple fireball just around the 6 o'clock area. This will narrow down every single diamond base because there's always a compartment on the 6 o'clock or on the outside of the 6 o'clock which you can actually get good value with the warden ability. There's no base that has 0 warden ability fireball value. It's just not how fireball and kind of base layouts work. Look at this beautiful funnel. So without any doubt, I'm going to start my attack with the double giants literally on the outside. going to tank for the queen and the P.E.K.K.A.s, going with the Yeeters, king, ice golem, and everything down the middle. Obviously you can see now how we're diving into the base. The next entire like plan is going to be the jump spell. Don't forget it, if you drop too early the king might go wrong, sorry, if you drop too late, so you need to watch out. Unfortunately the giants did end up going inside the base, so my queen might not have the best time of her life just yet. She's gonna get into a lot of damage, so you might need to just leave her be. Focus on the main army, and look at that king ability, which I'm gonna pop a bit more later. Once the king is literally like, the base is done. Look at the base. This is what happens when you have Yeeters and mostly even throwers, but the throwers need a bit more kind of, you know, they're more complicated, I would say. But the Yeeters, man, if you open that core, it's done. You know it's finished. Like, this is the strategy where it's like, you know it's done halfway through. Just like the super archers, if you remember back in Town Hall 15. Once you got the value, you knew the base is going to get cooked. So this is what I like to see. Like, from our C charge, you wouldn't be able to really tell that. You know, you still gotta focus. But with the Yeeters, it's like, hold on a second. I know the king is in the core. Boom, it's done. Nothing can defend it. And we're going to crush this base from the core inside out. And honestly, as I said, the bases are just not ready. No one is going to build against this. No one can really trap against this. All the traps are currently, even the tornado, nothing can really work to defend this, and it's insane. But let's move on to the final hit. A double rage base, but this time it's going to be a diamond layout, and this base I want to give you a key little detail. So what we're gonna do is obviously go for one of the rage towers, because obviously the base is in a way that if you don't get the rage, the funnel isn't really set and you don't get much of a value anyway. So watch out for the Teslas. You can use 1 or 2 loons. It's fine if you don't have that much test loon anymore, but look at that invisibility on the archer tower, which did cover those 2 Teslas that the booger found. Don't forget, because we are running that new pet with the warden, the boogers actually might go forward and find Teslas. This is going to be the first important tip of this attack. So be patient. That's what I'm trying to reach. Be patient with your fireball. And make sure you drop the invisibility in a way that if there is double tiled gaps in between defenses and buildings, you cover them. Because if the Teslas pop, they will get covered under the invisibility. Now, once everything is in the core, all that matters is your jump and the king ability, and you're done again for the base. But notice one thing, we didn't go from the left side into the base, we went through the town hall. Just because the left side would have had a lot of damage with the rage tower, and don't forget, we don't have the warden ability. So this is the key important factor of like the rest of the plan, like we're going behind a spitter and ending on a rage tower where the king ability, Yeeters, and the RC ability can get that rage tower without it actually having the time to damage us. And honestly, you guys tell me, how strong is this army? Obviously, the link of it will be down below in the description, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let us know below what else you want to see in the WWE event. Maybe you have a secret army that you want to showcase. Just let us know how it works, and maybe we'll do a video on it. Who knows? But currently, this army, I think, is just so damn strong. Again, hopefully we'll see you soon in the future. Don't forget to use code blue, and see you later. Take care. Peace.